for TV. It's a girl, Lula Blue, and today I'm bringing you yet another interesting young person who's an entrepreneur. His name is Katlego from Naturana, and he's going to take us through his journey with some of his brands, as you can see, Jah Jah Designs and Pass. And I'm thinking and wondering what inspired Jah Jah Designs and Pass. Well, the best thing is we have him here to tell us all about it. Thank you. Let's welcome Katlego. Mr. Katlego, welcome to Fox TV officially.
Hey, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. We've been planning. We're gonna meet. You're gonna meet.
You know, this load shedding and everything happening, but finally we're meeting. So
I feel like load shedding is an excuse people always go to. Literally, even if it's not even load shedding, you're just gonna be like, it's load shedding.
yeah, I'm like, that's work. My phone doesn't work. Load shedding.
Yeah, lights out. Load shedding.
Yeah, but that's one of the struggles having to run a brand like this, because then if it's load shedding, you're not able to work and meet orders. However, we do our best to be able to meet orders on our side. So Jah Jah is an urban streetwear business based in Soweto, but we can be able to deliver countrywide. Started in 2015 with this. So born in Soweto, we kind of feel like Josie we have to take over Josie to be able to take over Africa. So based on that, you can be able to see with the design that we see South Africa as Josie, and having conquered Josie, we can be able to then focus on Africa and the rest of the world. So this was one of the first designs which we had. The first people that owned this actually have caps that were handmade. The caps were handmade, and we were able to print the African continent map on the front, and the side has the Josie skyscraper on our side. So with that, these are one of many designs that we have. It's a group of ambitious people from Soweto, and we doing our best to be able to push on our side.
So you guys moved from that design to which one? The one you're currently wearing?
The one I'm currently wearing. So this is the second edition of Jah Jah Designs. From this, it came to this. On our side, we wanted to market it as a business and as a professional brand. So that's when this was 2018. That's when this one came out.
And then from there, you guys went
there to here.
That one is busy.
Yeah, this one is a bit busy, but if we were to see, we are accommodating all not just land creatures. Here's a cat. I'm joking. So cats represent the land. As you can see, there's a butterfly which represents all the animals that have wings and fly, and that's a shark which represents all the sea animals. And this is Jah Jah.
Oh.
So that's the whole concept. That's how we've been pushing on our side, trying to better the design and grow.
It seems as if you guys do, from what I can gather, you guys do a lot of research before actually coming up with something. It has to be something that is meaningful, that speaks to you and the people as well.
Definitely. So we grew up in Soweto, so the people that we look up to mostly are amapantsula. So if you were to know amapantsula, you know those are the people that are well dressed and elegant. They have they flare. I mean, if you know ipantsula, like an example, I'd put Papa G from Isidimo. That's an example of the old age pantsulas. So we chill as new age pantsulas, where we don't really have to tuck in and look like them, but we can represent or show off Upantsula based on our upbringing as Soweto, and still be street elegant, and as you can see, our streetwear is saying that. So yeah.
I love that. So what about the Pass?
Pass is, so there's actually 4 brands. It's an umbrella. Like I said, chill with a group of creatives. So we have like 4 designs amongst us. It's Jah Jah, it's Pass, which goes with the I Love Me brand. So Pass also established just after we Jah Jah, was also based on let's pass the knowledge. It's not really about smoking. It's also about the knowledge that we gain and the positivity. There's a lot of things that are happening, and as the people I surround myself with are a group of creatives. There's Open Bluely, co-founder of Jah Jah. There is Mansanot, who pushes amapantsula. He's a musician. There is Faranji. If you have time, go check out V-Gold. He's a great designer. There's me, Puff Puff Pass as well. I love weed. So we kind of wanted to spread positivity because if you smoke weed at times, people perceive you as a deadbeat of some sort. Like the society looks at you differently. So with our brands, we kind of show, would say, as much as we have our habits, we're still able to have a bright future and create a brighter future for ourselves based on coming together, passing the knowledge as to, hey, yo, you do 1, 2, 3, you're a designer. I have this idea, can you help out, bring it to life? And then they always share the information. So that's how we try to grow as a group of creatives. And actually, we want to take over, like I said, Africa with our streetwear. And slowly but surely we're getting there.
So what's different about your brands besides the logo and the branding that's in front? What's different about your hoodies? Why should someone go for Jah Jah or Puff Puff Pass?
So on our side, we, like I said, we born and raised in Soweto. So if you are from Soweto and you like what we're doing, it only makes sense for you to support us. I'm joking. But in a way, there's a story behind all these brands. If you go through the journey, go through our profiles, V-Gold on Instagram, Jah Jah Designs on Instagram, we most on Instagram, amapantsula and Puff Puff Pass, you should be able to go through the story and you'll be able to realize, you would say, this is more than just a brand. It's not like you wearing this, you are part of the lifestyle, the urban lifestyle. And we're trying to be the #1 urban lifestyle streetwear in Soweto on our side, and then from Soweto just grow out there.
And go to the world.
Yes.
From Soweto to the world, I like that.
Soweto to the world, yeah.
So what are some of the things that you guys are doing to grow your businesses besides maybe marketing on it on social media and telling people about it maybe in the streets?
So on our side, it's a good thing that there is more than just one brand, because then it gives different streams of income to grow as a unit. So we are, social media is #1 right now in terms of marketing your brand. So we're trying to infiltrate it, but in a smart way. So there's a website which we are currently working on where you should be able to find all our designs. You'll just see a avatar, Jah Jah, click on it. To the Jah Jah specific page where you can be able to dress your avatar to see how you look or how you're going to look in the design. So currently how we are growing the brand is attending events with our designs in the back so that we can be able to sell them to new people. Because like how you met me in the street, you're like, oh, you got a nice design. So I can be able to just sell it to you immediately, be like, this is how much it is, and then take pictures, upload them on our Instagram. So that's how we currently are working on growing the brand on our side.
I like what you mentioned about you attending events, and I'm thinking these are social events.
Yes.
However, do you guys also attend like business-orientated events where you guys get to sit with people who have been in the business for a long time, tell you the do's, the don'ts, what to look out for, how to market your business better? Do you guys attend such?
So yes, we do attend such events. There was a conventions at the Center Convention Center. Recently there was a brand marketing event or expo. That's where we got to meet other huge brand companies, even companies that assist with embroidery machines. You can order an embroidery machine from there, they teach you how to use it. So that's where we go to be able to expand our knowledge in the whole marketing and branding industry.
Because if I think about, I like that, because I'm looking at the brand, the logo that you are currently wearing, and I'm thinking to myself, that's probably the most complicated of all the logos you've done. Is that true?
50-50, not really, eh? It's like a vinyl. We musicians, like I said. So this is a vinyl, as you can see, with our African continent, this brand inside. And when it was established. So we just wanted to be authentic about it on our side, and we're like, hey, let's try something different. Like I said earlier, we are also trying to brand ourselves as a business. So different logos help us to be able to, like this one, I can be able to propose or send a proposal using this brand, and people will take us a bit seriously. Unlike having to send for this one, this is more social and for the youth that's upcoming that is into
colorful things, I guess.
Colorful things, I guess. Last year in November, Varanji Don, the designer for V-Gold, hosted a fashion show here in Mabone. So that's also another way how we promote our brands, because he gets to dress the models in our brands and then they get to run the runway. So while we haven't made it to Soweto Fashion Week, for now we have to create our own so that we can be able to promote our things on our end.
So how does one make it to Soweto Fashion Week?
How do you get to it? Good question, eh? I've never actually thought that far apart, because though that's a different type of design, those are designers. So Varanji, given that he is a designer, he can be able to get into Fashion Week. I should actually research that.
How you guys can also get into that?
Yeah. So two things. If you've seen the clothes, I would say Fashion Week, they're not really streetwear or everyday ever streetwear. So that's why I'm saying the V-Gold brand can be able to be part of Soweto Fashion Week. On our side, we just try to dress people versus like your everyday clothing. So instead of having to wear your big brands from overseas, we can just be like, you know what, today we're 100% local. Jah Jah. So yeah, there's that.
What's your message to people who don't like local brands? You know how people be like, how people criticize things that are made in South Africa.
That's sad. If you're from South Africa, that's number one sad, because then if you don't, if you don't like things from South Africa, you are South African, and you don't even introduce new things or don't share your light to it. I don't like this because of 1, 2, 3. I don't think you're helping us grow as a designer or as South Africa, because then I think there is a reason why you say that you don't like South African or local brands. Probably it's based on your previous experience trying to support someone or how you were assisted. However, that shouldn't stop you from wearing probably South African brands. One of our role models is Thesis. There is brand Thesis in Folo. It has a store. It's a lifestyle brand. On Saturdays, they have people that cycle around Soweto. So such things get to show us what's that it's possible. So if we can be able to push and be committed, we can get to that level and then inspire young people to fall in love with South Africa and local things. Because if you're old and you're thinking like that, I think there's nothing can do for you, but you can still do something for the youth.
Yeah, they can still be influenced to see light and support local brands. What would you regard as the saddest thing about our generation?
There's no love in the streets, man. I mean, we can walk out here and you won't feel safe as a female. So that's sad. I think that's sad. That's one of the sad things, that females don't feel safe.
Can you describe like the worst thing that you ever experienced? Ekas.
Worst thing I've experienced. Man, on a bad night, you'd say there's firecrackers. You'd say it's the 31st of December, and it's just a normal weekday. That's how much violence there is in Kasi. I mean, we've woken up to people that have passed on. They were killed by the community because he was stealing. I mean, as much as stealing is bad, but look, if you were to see the sides of mob justice or somebody being set alight, that's that's one of the worst things that a person can see, actually. And, yeah. We like things as well. That was entertaining till a few people based on the space. So there's been a lot of those are the few things that come to mind when I think about the worst scenarios that I've seen in Sekasi.
And with issues of mob justice, does the police intervene? Like after someone has been killed, of course, in this mob justice situation that they're pushing.
Sometimes they come almost on time, like while the person is still breathing. But a few weeks later, I might hear it's like I said. So there's that also as well. They do intervene wherever they can, but at times they come a bit too late.
So I want to know if mob justice does help in lowering the crime rates at the townships.
Mob justice doesn't actually solve the crime. Maybe it might put other people may be feared to go by emotion. So you see, I'm not sure if that lowers the crime, but it instills fear at other people. Which let me not go to that to emotion.
Maybe it shifts it in terms of if they know that in that particular community then the people are way too violent or this side is way too violent, they just shift to other sides of the community and become allowed.
So so that didn't know, just that so that didn't lower the crime. So yeah.
Okay, so because I'm thinking to myself, people, yeah, there was a time where they wanted to bring this issue of saying that one can be sentenced to death, right? And people fought that and said, what if it's your family member? Because it's easy to say, okay,
being found with mob justice or
no, not in mob justice in general, like in the courtroom, being sentenced to
hang.
Yes, death by hanging. And I'm thinking people were on Twitter, they were talking and they were against that motion because they were like, it's easy to say that if you're thinking of just the next person, general person who's you're not related to. But if you're thinking about it, that the person who might have committed this crime by mistake or is forcefully accused for committing this crime, and now there is no evidence to prove that they did not commit it, and that person is going to die, and it's your family member is going to be killed that way. You understand what I'm saying? But yet they are against that, and they commit mob justice, and I just don't understand how that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making sense.
I get where you're coming from. I'm not sure if you want to know my view about that whole life to death and they hang you.
No, I'm just saying, I'm just putting it, like making a general comment that I don't understand why they would have double standards like that.
And I think sentence to death for execution, it may work if you think of Botswana. Botswana, I think that is still there. There is sentencing, and the police don't actually carry weapons, from what I've heard. I've never been to Botswana as yet. But Mahama don't they don't carry guns. So, like you said, if you are falsely accused, that's when it becomes an issue. But I don't think you'll be. If the court of law is fair, you will never be sentenced to death for execution if they didn't turn every stone around to make sure whether you are guilty or you're not guilty for that crime. But there's people that rape or have been found of multiple rapes. What should be done to those people? I mean, they don't want to live. I mean, I'd say they should cut off their genitals if they, but then see, that's also close to execution because that, but on my side as Katlego and my circle of friends, I think we try to not be part of the statistics. We look at the positive in everything. What positive can we bring out? Who can we motivate? I mean, it's not even about incentivizing a person wearing a matric jacket when they're going to write whatever they're writing, their exams. Can be like, I'm gonna phone you and have just a 5-minute conversation, like good luck with your exams, or whatever paper you're writing. That could be could be the only positive thing they've heard inside now was past 24 hours. So I think that's the change that we're trying to bring in inside the team. And if you are the change, you get to see you get to see the positive results outside manifest on your side, on our end. So yeah, try not to think about the bad stuff. They're there, but
I do understand that, because certain people fail to then come out of the shell that they hide in because of everything that is bad that is happening. As a result, you find someone who's like, I could start a business, but then people are doing these things that are negative, and then they don't start the business because they have thought of all the negative things that people are doing, and then they think of maybe other brilliant ideas. There are so many ideas that have not been put to practice just because of that thing of living in fear, because of all the bad things that are happening around us.
True. I have a friend, we call him Pharaoh. We had a conversation. It's like, like you say, there's a lot of ideas that haven't been brought out. It's just that people are waiting for other people to make those ideas or to create those ideas. However, if you're not waiting for anyone and you become that person, that idea can then be there, and it can grow by other people making it better. So it always goes back to you. If you have an idea, just try everything to see it succeed or see it fail, because if it fails, you would have learned a few things, so that should you decide or come up with a different idea, you know what not to do based on the previous experience.
I like that. Speaking of failure, how long did it take for your business to be stable?
Probably 5 years. First 5 years is always the crazy one. First 5 years, because then it's not like we had a what's this? Not gave us money, like, hey, yo, here's an investment, go do that. We just had to sit down and be like, hey, yo, guys, this is how much I can be able to make a month, and from that amount, this is how much I'm willing to invest in the business, because I can make these shirts, like 100 of them. I'm not 100% guaranteed I'm going to sell those shirts, so that's the risk I'm willing to take. Though, let me just use my own pocket money to be able to make 100 shirts and see where it goes. So then what you have to be able to bring the vision to life, because then you thought of it and you're like, oh, if I created a Jah Jah, and this is how, with all the designs, let's see what would happen. And to see profit, well, actually no one actually was looking for the profit. It was all about the word going out there, because the further it goes, the more orders you get to have, and the more orders, that's when you get to see profit. So the first 5 years, actually, no one actually saw profit. To a point we had to even start a stock fair to say, hey guys, this month let's put up this amount and make just Jah Jah. And then that's what we did. The next 2 months, put our money aside, let's focus on Ep25, the couple of pairs, and then we did that. So given that we're still funding ourselves on our side, it's really hard to tell when we'll be able to start making profits. But I think with our website being in a process of it being designed, and us looking into pop-up stores, I think soon, just a matter of time. And it's not really about the money for now. It's not really about the money, it's about creating the best ever streetwear.
Okay, I like that, because a lot of people go into business with the hope that I just want to make quick cash out of this, only to find out that now you have to wait 5 years. That's a long time. A lot of people would have given out. And the fact that you guys are still holding on says a lot about the vision and what you guys stand for within the business space.
Yep. Like I said, it is a brotherhood. So if you were doing it alone, if I was doing it alone, I think I would also have given up. So in the way, every time I feel like giving up, I see a new design. I'm like, hey, look what I just came up with to improve on the vision that we have. And having brothers like the ones that I have, I think that's the support structure everyone needs at times because you cannot do that alone. It's Liverpool, you never.
The name Jah Jah brings about a lot of curiosity. Are you Rastafarian or you just like the name?
Nope, not Rastafarian. I've studied what they believe in, and it is a beautiful religion, and their followers are really one of the. Those people are patient, man. I mean, I know most things about Rastafarian based on the people that I've spoken to. I do have dreads, so you might think I'm Rastafarian, but I'm not. I grew up as a Christian, and we know God as the Almighty Being. However, how do I bring God to the streets? That's where Jah Jah, that's how Jah Jah comes about. We're chilling and be like, hey yo, Jah means Almighty. So that's like a direct translation from God to the Almighty. So instead of basing it on Christianity, we just decided to call it Jah Jah. I've also studied a bit of Judaism, all the religions basically. So I was born and raised a Christian, and I haven't ever thought of changing on my side. I believe in God. I mean that's why we're here. He's playing a game which is interesting. We are all made from His image, and He's just seeing all His images doing whatever or living life. How are we living it? I'm a Christian.
Well, this has been quite an interesting Saturday with you, Katlego. I don't want to keep you here because I feel like this is going to go on and on and on, because I am finding you very interesting, and all the information you're sharing is very important, especially the part that when you get into business, don't go with the mind. When you start business, of course, the whole idea is for your business to grow and you profitizing from it, making money, becoming rich and all that. But sometimes you have to be patient enough to wait, give it time for it to be out there, and then start then only then start maybe looking into how you can make money from there. Because a lot of people give up. They give up after 1 year of starting, after 2 years of starting, because they're just expecting it to start and be KFC.
Yeah, that's true. So there's this thing, it will say do what you love. I think it's also about that, because then if you do what you love, money will come. Money is money. We do need it to live life, to buy bread, to live. So that is needed. But if you're doing what you love first, that should pay you. Like I said, there's amapantsula. Sadly, I don't have.
Yeah, amapantsula.
So amapantsula is run by Soweto, who's a musician. I think he's been recording for over 10 years. I mean, most people are still yet to know him, but he hasn't given up because he loves it. So if you do what you love, man, every other thing that comes with it is just God saying, I'm a boy, just shine.
I love that. Thank you so much for coming to Fort TV. We hope to have you back telling us that maybe you guys have added another brand, or maybe
there's a new store. And be like, go to this website, what, definitely.
Yeah. We really hope that happens soon for you, and it has been great.
Thank you, it's also been great.
What's your favorite song, so that we can I don't know, play it?
Amapantsula by Mansa, keeping it local.
Okay. Thank you.
My pleasure.